Welcome to the Best Me podcast. Your best tomorrow starts today. I'm your host, Ellen Livingston. I believe showing up each and every day as the best version of myself doesn't happen on accident. It takes awareness and planning. On this podcast, I talk about planning for ways to improve my health, develop a sense of purpose in everyday life, and create meaningful connections so I can be the best me I can be. And so can you. Let's get started. Hey there, besties. It's me, Ellen. Thank you for listening today. Guess what? Today is the 30th episode of the Best Me podcast. Woohoo! And I owe my inspiration and motivation to you, my friends, for taking the time each week to listen. And speaking of friends, I want to tell you about something that not only has been fun for me so far this summer, but is also super important. I've had 2 girlfriend weekend get-togethers this summer with 2 different groups of women that I used to work with. And these are women that I met in the early 2000s. We no longer work together. Some of us are retired. Some moved away. Some changed professions. But we've all stayed in contact with each other. Now, one group, this was our 16th year of getting together in the summer. How awesome is that? And the other group, even though we don't get together annually, we have a monthly Zoom chat so we all stay in close contact with each other. I know I've talked about the Harvard study of adult development before and how the surprising result of this decades-long study was that the number one indicator at age 50 for long-term health and happiness was the strength of your relationships with family and friends. And I feel so fortunate to have these close relationships with these 2 groups of women. Because, guys, I'm going to be really honest. I think I suck at making friends. I'm serious. These group of friends that I'm talking about, they both have one person who is kind of like the glue that holds us all together. And yep, that's a shout out to you, Debbie, and to you, Connie. They are the one person who is really good at keeping friend groups together. And I know you may not think this about me, but I tend to be a person who doesn't socialize a lot. I don't really enjoy like really large parties and things like that. I'll go, but I just don't last long. I think I'm kind of a social introvert. I tend to enjoy small get-togethers. And when I created my Best Me lifestyle, I purposely included developing close connections with other people as one of my goals because I knew this was an area that I needed to work on. And adult friendships are so important. When we're young and still in school, it's pretty easy to make friends just due to proximity. You have a whole group of people stuck together each day, and you naturally bond with other kids who have the same interest as you do. And then after your school years, you make friends with people you work with. And these friendships are different because, face it, the older you get, it does become harder to meet people. And so your friends at work are people that you have lunch with or you may go to happy hour with, but that's about it. And then if you do get married or you move in with a partner, your friend group will change again. And when you have kids, you'll start hanging out with other couples that have kids. And the older you get, the easier it is to fall into that autopilot trap of you get up, you go to work, you get your kids where they need to be, you cook dinner, you collapse on the couch, you go to bed, and you get up just to do it all over again. And nowhere in there was there hang out with your friends. And you're going to look up one day, maybe when the kids leave the house, and you'll realize, I don't have any really close friends anymore, and I'm lonely. And I'm not trying to say your spouse or your partner isn't your friend. They should be. But we need other friends. And you know the best way to make friends? Put yourself out there. And guys, that's the hard part for me. But don't wait on someone to invite you. Join groups like book clubs or pickleball or hiking groups. You get it. Just get yourself out there. Reach out and invite people to coffee or to lunch because friendships take effort to stay connected. I run into people I know and say things like, oh, we need to get together, and then we never do. And guys, that's my fault because I don't need to wait on somebody else to take the initiative and set a coffee date. And with the technology we have, it's so easy to stay in contact with people. My son got married last year, and of course, he had a lot of friends at his wedding, but he has a group of about 6 friends that were there that they typically meet up somewhere for a guys' golf weekend about once a year. Now, these are guys all in their early 30s. They all live in different cities. Some are married, some aren't, some have kids, some don't, but they make the effort to see each other and maintain their friendship. And my son-in-law pointed out how awesome it was that he still has his best friends from when he was in elementary and middle school. And you know what? That really is cool because this is a group of friends that really know each other and they really care about each other and they're there for each other and they enjoy spending time together. And that is what friendship is all about. That's what contributes to a long and happy life. So if you're like me and it's a little bit out of your comfort zone to reach out and make new friends or to even keep in contact with your old ones, I'd like to challenge you to start tomorrow and make it part of your Best Me lifestyle to grow and make meaningful and fun friendships. That's all I have for today, besties. Be kind, be positive, and be your best. And remember, small progress is still progress. Thanks for listening to the Best Me podcast. If you would like to make a comment, suggest a podcast topic, or just say hi, send me an email at bestmepodcast@gmail.com. I hope you'll join me next week as I continue to talk about how to be the best me I can be. This episode was edited by Adam Boatwright. If you need any help with music, audio and video editing, or digital arts, be sure and check him out at adamboatwright.com. That's ADAMBOATRIGHT.com.